Welcome back to Standard 7 Biology class. In the previous class, we have discussed some important features of bacteria which is included in kingdom Monera. So in today's class, let's discuss the useful and harmful aspect of bacteria. Bacteria can be beneficial as well as harmful to nature as well as to us in different ways. First, let's see what are the different ways by which bacteria is useful to us. First one is in curd and cheese making. Do you know in milk a bacteria is present? It is called Lactobacillus bacteria. This bacteria is responsible for converting milk into curd. It is also used commercially along with another bacteria, Streptococcus, to ferment milk and prepare cheese. The next use of bacteria is for the purpose of pickling. The bacteria Lactobacillus and acetic acid bacteria are used for pickling, that is for making the pickles and fermenting the food products. The next use of bacteria is antibiotic production. Have you heard about antibiotics? These are chemical substances which is obtained from microbes or microorganisms, including the bacteria, and it prevents the growth of other disease-causing microorganisms. Antibiotics is used as medicine to cure many diseases. The bacteria of genus Bacillus and Streptomyces are used to prepare antibiotics like bacitracin and streptomycin. Another example of antibiotic is aureomycin. Another use of bacteria is it is used for vaccine preparation. You know about vaccine, no? A vaccine is a biological preparation that provides immunity to a particular disease. A vaccine contains dead or weakened disease-causing germs. Vaccines are injected into the blood so that the body develops immunity against the infectious diseases. Vaccines are prepared to prevent the spread of many diseases such as typhoid, tetanus, cholera, TB, diphtheria, etc. The next use of bacteria is to make probiotics. Probiotics are substances made up of good bacteria that helps keep your body healthy. Lactic acid bacteria and acetic acid bacteria are used to make probiotics that help with digestion related problems such as irritable bowel and diarrhea. Another use of bacteria is for the synthesis of vitamins. A bacteria is present in the human intestine. It is called E. coli or Escherichia coli. This bacteria is isolated and used commercially to produce vitamin B complex and vitamin K tablets. These vitamins are sold as food supplements also. Next use of bacteria is for retting of jute fibers. Retting is a process of separating jute fibers from the stem of plants. For this process, some bacteria are used. The stems of jute are immersed in water and acted upon by bacteria which dissolve the cell wall and separate the fibers. Next use of bacteria is it helps in the recycling of nutrients. The dead remains of plants and animals are converted into simpler substances or nutrients by certain bacteria. These nutrients reach the soil and can be easily absorbed by the plants. Another use of bacteria is it helps in nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen is an essential element for the growth of plants, but plants cannot take in the free nitrogen from the atmosphere. It has to be converted into nitrogenous compounds like nitrates so that plants can use it. This conversion of free nitrogen in the atmosphere into nitrogenous compounds is called nitrogen fixation, and it is done by some bacteria. There are two groups of nitrogen fixing bacteria. First one, the free living bacteria, example Clostridium, which is found in soil or air, and the second one is symbiotic bacteria called Rhizobium that live in root nodules of leguminous plants. Bacteria also has a role in genetic engineering. It is also used through genetic engineering to protect the plants from pest attack. A bacterium named Bacillus thuringiensis or BT is an environment-friendly pesticide. You know why the pesticide is used. It is mainly used for pest control. Bacteria is also used for the biological treatment of industrial and sewage waste effluents. That is, waste is converted into eco-friendly substances like compost and biogas. This process is mainly done by certain bacteria. So, these are the different ways by which bacteria is useful to us. But it can be harmful too. Let's see how the bacteria are harmful to us. First one is spoilage of food. Some bacteria can spoil the food items and make them unfit for consumption or eating. These bacteria grow on old fruits, vegetables, meat, bread, etc. and spoil them. Second one is food poisoning. Some bacteria can produce certain harmful chemicals called toxins in food items. When these food containing the toxins are consumed, it causes food poisoning. Bacterium that causes food poisoning is Clostridium botulinum. It mainly infects canned food. Third one is bacteria causes many diseases. As you know, many diseases are caused by bacteria not only in human beings but in plants and other animals also. The organisms that cause diseases are called pathogens. This table shows some common bacterial diseases. First disease is cholera. It is caused by the bacteria named Vibrio cholerae. Tuberculosis is another disease caused by bacteria which is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Tetanus is caused by Clostridium tetani. Typhoid fever is caused by bacteria Salmonella typhi. And botulism is caused by a bacteria Clostridium botulinum. So in today's class, we have mainly discussed about the useful bacteria and harmful bacteria. So with this, we wind up today's class. Thank you and have a nice day.